already.
See, I'm tired.
I'm tired because I woke up at 1. Because I fell asleep at 5. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But my life is just ruined.
Getting older.
It's more like I have nothing better to do. So it's like, it's sort of just how it happens sometimes. But yeah. I'm just trying to get all my screens loaded. And I'm going to share this stuff. Alright. Oh, not this way. Alright. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the latest episode of the PanCast, where me and my co-host Abdul Fawaz, my man right here, the legend himself, the future animator of all animators.
Legend 27, is that what it was called?
Yeah, Legend 27. It's you. You're here.
Oh no.
Talking about games. We both sound exhausted because this guy hasn't slept, and I'm just a complete night owl now. So this is sort of like my lunchtime at this point. Well, how you doing besides your crazy sleep exhaustion?
Pretty good.
Wow, I'm glad to hear it.
Still playing a ton of Remnants. Well, not a ton, but a good amount.
That's cool. Is the hype dying down? Are you sort of like, I'm having my fun, but it's sort of on the way out type of situation?
No. There's like a lot of cool things actually in that game. Okay. There's like a lot of really interesting little things that happen to me and my friend. I don't know if like you want me to tell you because you might play it, so I think those are like fun to experience, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like what do you call it? Yeah, no, the loot's pretty good.
That's good.
I think their armor system's kind of weird. Not like the system itself, but just how you get it.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting there to be drops at certain points, but it seems to be more similar to Dark Souls, where you're not necessarily finding armor sets. You're just like talking to specific people to get armor sets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so which which is the one thing which is the one thing about Dark Souls I never personally enjoyed. It was more so about like I always liked also finding armor and weapons, but
yeah, I prefer discovery. I mean, yeah, it is annoying when things are tied to an NPC, because you may have to do certain things in certain orders. Well, at least to Dark Souls, that's how that works.
Especially when that NPC dies and you're like, shit.
Oh yeah, especially when it's some long side quest line that I'm just gonna think of. A perfect example of this is Dark Souls 1 with Solaire. Is he has a crazy long side quest. It takes the whole length of the game actually to complete his side quest, and you have to do things in a certain order, or he will go mad and you'll have to kill him at the end. So, I mean, there's not necessarily. I mean, there is some items tied to him, but just something like that. It can be really annoying, but Souls games are incredible, so I'll give them a pass on that. But did you so besides Remnant, were you playing anything else this week, Abdul?
Minecraft again?
Whoa, what happened? How do you get jumped back into what happened, dude? Minecraft in 2020?
Yeah, just my friends and I. One of our friends really wanted to try out RTX in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And we all just kind of wanted to play Minecraft together. Because like back then we used to play. We had Minecraft on Java, but you had to do it through the Hamachi stuff and all that, and it was very not fun to use.
Mm-hmm.
So when we realized, oh hey, we could just do it on the Windows version and not worry about any problems with like connection.
Yeah,
it was just like, all right, cool, there you go, and then we just started playing.
Nice. Abdul, Would you
Yeah.
be surprised if I said to you that I dislike Minecraft so much?
No, I would not be surprised.
Because I dislike Minecraft so much. I bought it. I barely played it in the past. It was
Mhm.
always, I guess it was something that was just after my time where I wanted to do something like that.
It's a Zen game. Yeah, that's how you gotta treat it.
And then I bought it and I was playing with people and I'm like, dude, it's just I'm that type of gamer who's like I can't necessarily make my own fun out of nothing. You know,
Oh,
I need
you
things
need
to
the fun
bounce off of,
provided to you. Yeah.
or at least things to like be there.
No, yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, because Minecraft really is dependent on you doing, building and doing all this stuff, and you're sort of making your own goals. I know they added like a story mode type of deal to it.
Adventure, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I messed around with, but it still feels pretty aimless to a degree. Uh, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's obviously popular for a big reason because there is that level of creativity to it, and if you have a good group of friends to play with, it's good. But even when I was playing with friends, I just was sort of like, well, I think that's all the enjoyment I can get out of it, and it sort of reminds me of Animal Crossing in a way.
Hmm.
But at least in Minecraft, actually, no, I was more addicted to Animal Crossing because there is a gameplay loop. Minecraft doesn't have a loop, really.
Yeah, you kind of do the. Well, I mean, it does, but it's like when the unit creating without realizing, because like it's like, oh, I need to get wood to do this, then I need to do this, then I need to do that, and like you kind of start making your checklist. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I can't play Minecraft for that for too long because it's like at a certain point I'm just like, all right, I think I'm like losing interest, so I'll just stop, and then next time we play, it's like, okay, well, I'm interested again, and we stop. Because like
Hmm.
I get like super focused on how I want something to look. Like
Hmm.
I literally built this entire mine shaft that is just like it goes really deep, like um, into the earth,
Yeah.
and I got so focused on the aesthetic that I made sure that the entire hallway that goes down was made of the same material.
Oh
And
damn.
then I even made like a chamber that's like my hub area in the mine that
Hmm.
I can go back to and rest if I need to do that. And like I have a
Damn.
waterway system that I made in there as well. I got I got really really focused on that.
See, that's the cool part of Minecraft that I could just never get to myself.
Hmm.
I wish there was Minecraft where that stuff was already made for me and I could just discover it. You know?
I mean, but then that would get rid of the whole point of the game where it's like, because like if you just find something like that, you really can't do much with it. The point is to accomplish the
Hmm.
accomplishment is making it yourself and then being able to then interact with it, right? But of course, it's
Hmm.
not literally it, like not everyone enjoys that part, but I think that's like the main point of Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's like interacting with your creations, kind of like how you do that in Dreams, right?
Yeah. It's similar to
Yeah.
Dreams, but I am more likely to create something in Dreams because Dreams is more
Oh,
hyper focused, right?
oh hell yeah! I really want to, dude. I want to have dreams, not as like just something to create. I want it to be like a game journal. Like I could
Oh
literally
yeah.
use it as a game journal and just like it's like, oh, I think this would be a cool idea for a game. You know what? Let's just see how it works because I can do a super simplified version of it
Oh yeah.
and just see it. And yeah.
Dreams is awesome. I own it. Played a lot of people's levels. I haven't touched it in a
Mhm.
hot minute, so I should probably check it because it's one of those cool games where you just come back a month later and it's like, oh shit, there is so much new content, and it's usually pretty much better than last month's content because
I mean,
people have more
people are
time.
making people are making straight up like games, not like oh hey, here's a my 2 level uh uh platformer. Like so, this it's like I saw some dudes on live streams like either on YouTube or Twitch are like making full on RPGs with like leveling systems.
Yep.
Um, there's actually one pretty funny uh game that this dude made. I think Lyric was playing it, where it was like just go from here to here, and he's like, all right, well now you have to press the jump button. He's like, okay, all right, well now the jump button isn't just X, it's you have to hold L1, R1, R2, then press square, and then X, and then you can jump.
Holy shit.
and
That's such a
like
meme.
yeah, yeah, and then he changed like the movement so that it was like backwards or something. It was like it just made it like super complicated. Made the platforms invisible. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, yeah.
No, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, you can do some really crazy things with dreams.
Yeah, I played a couple RPGs in Dreams, and they had like full quest logs, and like
It's crazy.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. And there was like a leveling system I saw in one. One was like pretty much like a Skyrim type of game, where it was like first person fighting, going through like different dungeons, and you're completing quests in towns. So it was pretty interesting. And I played one that was like Sekiro, which actually the combat was pretty
I
similar to
think
Sekiro as well.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Like,
Mhm.
is it the one where it's like you're fighting a bunch of goblins or
Yeah,
some shit?
there's a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah.
different goblins, and then like there's actually a lot of different enemies, and there's even boss fights to it. And there
Hmm.
is like the stamina meter at the bottom, so it's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, like it's someone's dream creation, so it's not like full on AAA anything, but it's really cool that you can even do that. I think Dreams will definitely be way bigger on PS5 than it is on currently on PS4. I think they're gonna add a
Oh
lot more
yeah.
features to it, and I think potentially they're probably gonna do like a PC port of that game because if they add those tools onto a computer, I think it's gonna be over. Honestly, like because I think Dreams
That
is probably maybe the best creating game of that is a video game out there. So if
I
you
mean, it's
put,
straight up a game engine. It's like you can it's straight up a game engine
yeah,
at this point. Like, but they gamified a game engine.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Uh,
And I think if they put that on PC, it would be like I think that's what that game really needs to hit this massive market. Honestly, I find like a lot of people on PC are more those types of gamers who are like the Minecraft people and all those other people who don't necessarily own a console or don't like the fact that they're restricted sort of to a controller. So I feel like once you add like the mouse and keyboard to it and then the rendering power of a computer, I think it could be over for. I mean, I can think the scene will like take over instead of right now where it's like it's a light following that's pretty like pretty intense, but it hasn't like really swept over like the news that much. So, and it did officially come out recently this year. So it did have the limelight for a while, but then Corona happened, and then like three massive games just came out,
and
and I
you
was
can
over.
attribute this whole year to like then Corona happened.
Oh yeah, and then I'm
Yeah.
just sure there's a bunch of Corona dream creations made at this point.
Oh, definitely. Pretty much any event that's going to be happening, you can see an influx of like games, just like you know, popping up like referencing those.
Of course, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like this year's forever gonna be remembered. The year's Corona, and every game is it's just sort of been hurt by it or is going to be memed on because of it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with it all.
It is what it is.
Yep. All right. So you were a Remnant person, a Minecraft person. What else? What else you been doing?
Not much.
Not much. All right. All right.
Oh,
Well.
I did play a little bit of the Gears Tactics, and that was it.
Oh, Gears
But I only did
Tactics.
like one level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
How was
So
that one
nothing like.
level?
Pretty good. Their Overwatch. Their systems are very different. Like they're really similar to XCOM, but they're done pretty differently.
They're not janky.
So we're getting. I mean, yeah, it definitely doesn't feel janky. Um, and then they're like, just like their systems are kind of interesting. Like their
Mhm.
Overwatch, like you don't just shoot one thing that pops up in there. If you have enough ammo, you can shoot pretty much everything that runs into your
Oh,
Overwatch.
that's actually awesome.
They also have like the they have a lot of systems that like kind of translate from the normal games into this, where it's like if you do an execution, um, like there's still executions, but now when you execute someone, you give the other character an extra action point
Hmm.
to use. So you can like combo executions, so that way you could just keep going on your turn.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it only costs one AP to shoot something.
Yeah.
So so you can get an execution off after you shoot someone, get an execution, shoot the other person, execute them, then you get other person gets AP, then they shoot someone else, and it's just like, yeah,
No, that sounds sick. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm sort of off of Gears of War as an IP at this point, but I feel like it's cool that they're doing something different, and it seems like it's been. I mean, I looked at reviews. It seems like it's has a good reception so far. It's like in the eights range, pretty much. So I think that's
I
really
mean,
good.
the only reason I even played it was because of
Game Pass. Yep.
Yeah.
Only reason why I would play it too is Game Pass, but I don't have Game Pass right now because I have too
Game
many
Pass
other
is such a
games.
good deal.
Oh, it is.
I love
got
it. I love it.
I got 2 months for $1, and that's how I beat the Outer Worlds and Gears 5. So hey man, I get MS $2, and I got to play one really good game and one really okay game.
And they got Streets of Rage.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I may just buy that on Steam later, honestly, though. I'm just not in the mood to play beat 'em up.
You can play though, you know. It's like the fact that there's new games. Like,
oh yeah,
I expected it to be like PSN and Gold, where it was like
old ass games from 2-3 years
like
ago.
yeah. And, but with the subscription, I was like, oh, that's gonna be bad. But the fact that they're putting new games in here is insane.
No, I think it's cool.
Game and Pass every Xbox game that comes out will be on here.
Yeah. And
every first party title, yeah.
I will get Game Pass if Halo Infinite comes out and it's like everything, if it lives up to the hype, or at least it's a great game, I'll be back on Game Pass.
I'm scared that we haven't seen anything, and it's still supposed to come out this year. Like
we're supposed to see in July, apparently.
Oh really?
Yeah. We'll get into that in gaming news very soon.
Yeah,
very soon. We'll talk about the Xbox event. What was I doing? Okay, my week's easy. All right, I have 2 things to talk about, and I'll do one. The first one I'll talk about is Fury. I played Fury. Actually, no, I beat Titan Souls. Short review on Titan Souls. I'm glad I got it for free, essentially, or whatever. How I got it, I just had it in my Steam library. I mean, it's a solid game. It's good. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It was just hard, but not hard in a way that it was enjoyable. I don't know. Some of those bosses.
Deaths felt unfair, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very simple game, but then some of the bosses get incredibly complex in some of the things you have to do to them. And the game doesn't tell you anything. It was one of those games where it's like, okay, I'm looking up the YouTube video just to see how to beat this boss. The second to last boss was honestly hell to me. So that was like, okay, if I shoot the arrow at this exact same pixel, then I have him set up at this right pixel. And then if I move exactly on this pixel line, he will move over here. Then I can shoot the arrow over here, and I'll probably hit him. And it took me like 30 tries to get that strat down. Because the normal way of doing it was like, because every boss dies in one hit. So obviously they're making it incredibly hard for you to hit the boss. I did not have fun. Honestly, I really did not have fun with that game, but it's off my list now, so I'm glad I beat it. I mean, it's fine. I think it's overall like a 7 out of 10. It's a good game. It works. I like the ideas. And I like a lot of the earlier bosses. I just think they made it a little bit too difficult towards the end. But then I watched speedrunners who beat the whole game in 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but I would never like speedrunners always make those games look like stupid easy.
Yeah, no, it's
like Celeste still just 100% it, and they're doing all these tricks, and I'm like, all right. I suck at this game.
Yep, that's pretty much what I was feeling towards the end of that game. But, luckily I'm past it. So, I don't know why I've been streaming a lot of games where I actively hate myself. No, I mean, I think the game was fun. The game wasn't fun towards the end, though. Right? I still think it's a good game, Noah. So, it's mechanically, I like the idea. I like its Shadow Colossus. I like the vibes of it. I think it's a fun game. I like the atmosphere. But it was towards the end where some of these bosses were... I mean, I think the second to last boss, who could be your last boss if you don't get the true ending, is sort of just like a dumb... It's just a really dumb boss. I just felt like... I literally didn't even know what I was supposed to do until I looked at a video after trying for maybe 30 minutes by myself, which is a lot of attempts. That's probably 60 attempts in 30 minutes. Because you respawn right outside the boss room, and you start the boss immediately when you walk inside. So I mean, I'm dying relatively quickly too. But yeah, I mean, it was alright.
So it's your personal score would probably be a little lower, but what you generally would give
Yeah,
scored as like for other people to go off of would be 7.
yeah, probably like a
So,
7. Yeah,
okay, okay.
I try to review games objectively, which is impossible. But I try to look at it from like, is this a good game? Is this like
Like this is a good game that, but I just didn't enjoy it, kind of,
exactly?
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to look at games like that in general. Like like Breath of the Wild, I don't think it's a bad game. You know, it's maybe not for me, but so I wouldn't give like obviously like a 0 out of 10. You know, if I was to actually review that game, I would give it probably like an 8 to like probably an 8ish range, 8.5 maybe. Like that's probably how I feel about that game. Honestly, if it was to really objectively look at it. Uh, but anyway, so I don't know why I've been doing this on stream, which I'm gonna definitely stop. Is playing games that makes me want to die on stream. So Titan Souls is definitely that game. Fury's the next game. I love Fury so much. That game is sick, right? This game
Yeah,
is
I heard it was really good. I'm
yeah.
glad that you enjoyed it.
It's I mean I haven't beaten it because I'm stuck on the fourth boss, which is my problem. And I haven't. I streamed it once this week. The game's atmosphere, I mean, is literally Afro Samurai. If you've seen that anime, it is Afro Samurai. To the fact that you are a silent protagonist, but you have another character with you who's obviously like a personification of your thoughts, who is talking to you the entire time. And then he's also wearing like this furry little rabbit head, which is very similar to another character in an Afro Samurai who is like gone insane and he wears a little furry head.
Mm-hmm.
And of course you're using the katana, so you know, Afro Samurai. It's a big connection. So I like the theme, I like the atmosphere of that game. However, I would say I love the bosses. It is a hard game, so every part of the game is a boss fight, right? And it's really nice because when you walk to different areas, you just hold this one button, you just walk to the area, and essentially the monologue character just starts talking to you, which is essentially yourself. I'm on the fourth boss out of the 10. They are difficult fights. I thought the first and second fight weren't that bad. The third fight definitely was a bit rage-inducing. But it wasn't that bad, honestly, once I figured out the mechanics. This fourth fight, which Noah has saw on me do on stream here, is hell. Because the issue with the fight is, unless I guess to describe the mechanics. So a boss has pips of life, right? Which represent how many phases he has. Think of it sort of like a Kingdom Hearts life bar in a way.
Oh, like the colored, yeah.
It's like the same idea, but it's not shown by colors because they have one life bar and then they have pips underneath, and it shows how many more life bars they have. But when you
so more similar to the older, not the older, the newer Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you beat a boss's phase, he'll get a new life bar, and then you got to do that. And each phase is pretty different from each other. How phases work though is you have the first phase of, I guess every life bar is 2 phases. So the first phase is usually you are fighting this boss in a big arena, usually a big circular arena, and you in this game you can slash, you can charge slash, you can dash, you can charge dash, you can shoot, you can charge shot, you can parry. So you do have a lot of you can move quickly, you can attack quickly, you attack across screen. So usually this first phase you have to lower their life low enough till you get to this duel mode where you 1v1 them in this very small circle, which becomes, instead of this top-down view, it is like a view.
Oh yeah, it's like third-person action.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And this is where you start parrying them, right? So they'll attack you, and then you gotta parry your timing right. And if you parry them successfully, either you can get a perfect parry, do massive damage, or a regular parry where you can just do your combo on them. And you do that enough times, when you beat them to the actual next phase. They can do other things to you, like sometimes you'll have to dodge in that circle. Sometimes they'll like shoot an AoE blast, which you'll have to like time like a different type of dodge necessarily. So it's cool. However, the last phase of every boss so far has been a bullet hell sequence. This game, which is a problem for me, and not that I hate bullet hell per se. I don't have a real opinion on bullet hell. I think it's fine, I guess. But this fourth boss is so you also have 3 pips to your life, right? So you can die 3 times and then you lose. but when you beat a phase, you get 1 life back, right?
Okay.
I'm at the point where I can get the boss down to his very last phase on boss 4, but I can't beat the bullet hell section. I've done it 3 times, losing that bullet hell section at this point.
Yeah.
And every YouTube comment on it is like, yeah, this is probably like one of the hardest sections of the entire game, like easily. Like it's up there, maybe even the hardest.
He's just like a wall.
Yeah, it is literally a wall of bullets, and you have to like. It's just annoying because if he hits you these green bullets or these lines, your vision gets all hazy, so you can't even tell how straight the lines are. And then he starts shooting shockwaves to deal 2 pips of damage to you, and you have like 10 pips in your life bar. And obviously, if you die, you restart the phase from the beginning too.
Yeah, so you gotta do all that shit all over again.
Yeah, so we're gonna see if I can beat that on stream sometime next week. Because I also bought the DLC, so I technically have 12 bosses out of the. Well, there's total. What am I saying? There's 12 bosses, and I'm on the 4th. So I do have a lot of game left, but the game ends after 10. But then the rest is like a DLC section. So hopefully, I'll probably do a Fury stream a week because I don't want to spend too much time on that. But it's a cool game. However, the game that has been taking over my time most recently, which I've been playing addictively for probably 10 hours a day for a while, and it definitely has been because I think I'm at 150 some hours now since I started. I was at 115 hours when I started. This game is Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I just got into Iceborne because Abdul right here on the very first episode of the podcast was like, hey, you should totally get Iceborne because he's sick. And then my girlfriend's like, hey, we should play Iceborne together because she hasn't played it either. And I'm like, okay, I have been baited into playing Monster Hunter. I thought I hated Monster Hunter. In reality, no, I didn't hate it. I just needed more new content. I was just bored with Monster Hunter because I pretty much beat everything the first go around. I got to essentially the end of. I was literally 1 mission away from completing all of the missions of the of high rank in the original Monster Hunter world. I just need to unlock that mission after the Tempered Kieran fight, and that's like the last mission. So, which I need to look up how to do because I have no idea because I apparently have completed the Tempered Kieran fight, and I was like, why do I have another mission? So I don't know. Maybe I need to complete more optional missions or something. So yeah, Iceborne's sick. If you like Monster Hunter, in short and sweet, if you like Monster Hunter, Iceborne is phenomenal content because you get a ton of monsters. A lot of them get remixed, so you're gonna see a lot of old monsters as a subspecies of them, and they're completely reworked. So like a couple examples is like Viper Tobi Kadachi, who instead of being an electric guy, he is now a poison and paralyzed enemy. And he's
poison paralysis, yeah.
Yeah, and he's way more aggressive. He has a new color palette, which leads to different armor and weapons you can make from him. Because Master Rank is introduced in Iceborne, which is the next levels after high rank. But it's
essentially G rank.
Yeah, it's G rank essentially. So it adds rarities 9 to 12 to the game. So now you have way more to work towards, and there are new monsters, so that means there are new armor sets, there are new weapons to make. And I've been fighting a lot of the newer monsters, and may not necessarily be new to the series, but new to me, because I only played Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on PSP. It was the only other Monster Hunter game I played. So a lot of these are new to me. Currently in the story, I'm on Master Rank 3 level for the story missions. So I had to be I forgot the duel. Who was the duo I was complaining about to you yesterday? What's his name? Starts with a B.
Beatotus.
Oh yeah, Beatotus. Honestly, fuck Beatotus. But now I beat him 4 times yesterday. He's not that bad. He's not that bad. I beat the issue for me was I didn't have an armor set that was good in reality. So I had to just upgrade my armor, and then I maxed my armor out.
Yeah.
Because I am currently using. I know it's going a little bit deep into the game, but I'm using. I can't say any of these monster names, by the way. Narguwaga or whatever. Nargacuga. Yeah, Nargacuga. I'm using his set. I'm using everything besides the coil, and I'm using Rathian coil, and I'm using the Wyvern Blossom Blade right now, because poison is apparently OP for a Monster Hunter, and especially for longsword.
Poison got a lot stronger in Iceborne. Yeah, they made all the elemental stuff a lot stronger
Yeah, I can tell.
as well.
So yeah, poison's sort of insane in that game, honestly. So if you definitely want to play that that game,
If you
poison is a good route to go.
if you fight the bigger siege monsters, like Safi Jiva, for example,
Hmm.
um, you do 100 damage per tick.
That's insane.
And
That means I'm
it
useful.
still takes a lot to kill.
Yeah, but that means I'm doing damage no matter what I'm doing. As long as I'm hitting it, I'm like it's value, you know.
Hmm.
So that's why I love it. And it's honestly just a fun game. Like the new animations and attacks they added to every weapon is cool. So I don't even really know about the longsword stuff because that's the only weapon I play, and the only weapon I plan on playing because I'm not that into trying out other things. Cause I want to be a weeb, and the Iota slash they added is insane. The damage on it can be insane, and it extends your combos into the helm splitter, which is also one of my favorite moves ever. And especially when you get a finishing kill with the longsword and was doing like with one of the cool combo finishers, this is like, wow, this is just Devil May Cry. Like
Hmm.
I am just Dante, which you could be Dante too, which is sort of the beauty of the game because they have a lot of skins
Character
and
skins, yeah.
yeah. So what I've been doing uh is I've been completing all the optional missions. I have a bunch to do in Master Rank 3 optionals, but I'm gonna get through them all today, and I'm gonna start doing the story. I just beat Nargacuga in the story, and I don't even know what I'm gonna fight next. And then I gotta fight whatever that Elder Dragon is who I had to find the tracks for. So that's where I'm at in terms of story. Which is about halfway
Completed
through
all
Iceborne.
last week. Uh, I
Cons-
wouldn't say that's halfway.
then I'm glad because I mean there is like obviously you got to get to the goal is master rank 100, and my actual master rank right now is master rank like 9 or something because I've been completing everything. So I'll be mastering 20 probably by the end of the story for sure. Um,
Um,
but yeah,
you can, yeah. If you grind out, like you can probably get to 100, not too, like it won't take too long. So,
yeah, I don't think it would either because especially because my goal is to play everything. I've even
uh,
gone back to the old high rank, low rank missions because there was a bunch of events I missed. So I was doing those events, and I.
yeah, just be careful. Those don't do anything for your mastering. So,
Oh yeah. I was just doing them just so I wanted to see what the content was like, especially some of those special
mm,
investigations. Like I need to do the Behemoth in Final Fantasy for
to get the armor.
yeah. I haven't fought him yet, but I'm ready to fight him soon. So
You probably won't be able to do it by yourself. You will still need a team.
maybe. There's a special assignment. I saw the one you're talking about, which is an event quest, which says like
Hmm.
you need 4 people essentially. But I haven't done the special investigation for him, so I never actually. So there's like a story mission essentially for him. So
Yeah. You have to encounter him, and then you can actually hunt him.
yeah, so I gotta do that first. I need the encounter. I probably could do it with Bree just because master rank is so OP compared to high rank. So like what I've been doing today actually, because I didn't want to get too far to my girlfriend and mastering content. I just went back and I was like, maybe I'll start trying to complete all the missions I didn't complete so I can get the rainbow pigment. I only have to do 18 missions, which isn't a lot honestly. When uh, I can kill monsters in
Yeah,
less than 5 minutes with my mastering stuff, especially with the
yeah.
poison. Going
It's
so
insane. Like I went back. I had to get like I had to build Nergigante parts
mhm.
so that I could build into his mastering stuff
Yeah,
for the weapons. So my friend and I went and hunted Nergigante in high rank, and he was just like dead the moment we saw him. Basically, same room that we found him, we killed him.
yeah, yeah,
It was like, all right, cool, there you go.
yeah.
And then like the clutch clodge makes high rank even easier.
Oh yeah,
Because like you literally just throw them into a wall, weaken their heads, or whatever spots that you want to weaken,
yeah.
and then you do even more damage to it.
It's insane. It's so the clutch cause amazing. because the
Yeah.
the clutch shot's so nice because it makes me not feel useless against enemies in the air, which was definitely an issue for me playing just solo as a
Just
longsword user.
flash.
Well, yeah, but and I do bring. I actually my palico is a trap using palico, so I actually
Oh.
always have the fireflies out or the flash flies out, and traps in general. I mean, I pretty much made a build that is meant for solo play, honestly, because I usually play these games by myself, which I
Mhm.
prefer for the most part. But I like playing with my girlfriend too. But I do like beating a monster 1v1 like in a duel because it feels cooler, honestly. Also, they have way less health, so I can solo things quickly. Uh,
Mhm.
but like, yeah, I totally agree with you. I had to go back today to kill some kula, yeah, whatever the egg things, the egg monster.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to make Nargacuga, his katana. I'm trying to work on now because it's a poison
Mhm.
katana, and I can actually get his to rank 10 before I can get the Wyvern Blossom. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just try out that one before I can upgrade my Wyvern Blossom. Uh, but I had to
Mhm.
hunt him to get some head plumes. I found an arena for him that was master rank 6. I killed him in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do. I'm like, I'm not gonna capture you. It's faster to honestly kill you than to capture you. So and I got that all the stuff I needed in three hunts on him. So yeah, now I have
Mhm.
the this night
Oh,
blade.
not sure if you know this actually. Capturing monsters will give you more stuff.
Yep, I always capture.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just thought you should.
yeah. But because it was a 2 minute hunt,
Yeah. It was like whatever. Yeah.
and also like I don't care. It's like it's not like it's not like an end game thing. It's like I just need this so I can get to a rarity 9 weapon. Then I can start hunting Nargacuga because I need to start farming Nargacuga.
There's a there's a specific longsword. I can't wait till you get that. You're really gonna like.
Is it poison? Because I'm going full poison.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. It's probably in the Rathian uh, build then. Because Rathian is the poison build, or well, Rathian and Nargacuga are the two poison longswords from what I did my research on. So we'll see.
What when you get to it, when you get to it, let me know because I'd love to see your reaction.
Dude, I hope it looks sick. Because I
And it's not the Rathian.
oh,
It's something else.
is it Nargacuga?
Nope, I'm not telling you.
It's Nargacuga. I know it.
You'll find out by yourself. No, definitely not.
Oh,
Definitely not.
is it a siege weapon?
No, no.
Okay,
It's a normal monster.
okay. Because I know the siege. Because I know I looked at the meta list for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and it's obviously the siege weapons are the best, like the ones you get from the raids, which they have to be because they are, what they are. They require so much hard work and
Mm.
effort. But I mean, for me, obviously, you got to be master rank 70 and 100 to really care about those sieges, in my opinion, and from what I've been reading. Uh,
Yeah, they just do too much damage, and usually, and you need the armor that can actually
take it, yeah,
take the damage that they. Yeah.
yeah. I heard what you told me. The defense score needs to be 900 or some to like have a chance.
I mean, you don't need to be, but I definitely like saw people who weren't prepared like get one shot constantly. It's just like, all right, cool, thanks for wasting my time.
Yeah.
Or like, or even like people who are like geared for it, like
Mm-hmm.
they take a shit ton of damage when they get hit.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, no, it sounds messed up, but I'm super hyped to get to that endpoint. So maybe by next week I'll probably have Iceborne beaten. It depends how many optional quests I decide to do. I'm skipping all the arena quests though in Iceborne unless there's for a monster I want to do, because
Mm.
arenas don't give you anything in reality. I mean, some do for like certain weapons. I know for the palace build items you need those. Uh, there's like a token you need, but I actually build the palace longsword, which is sick looking. The only issue is it sort of sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's deceptively to me. I thought it was better than my current weapon, but then I looked at the math that poison does. I saw the equation of how much poison damage is, and I was like, oh, poison's way better. Poison's insane. Stacks are insane, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, yeah, you just ended up doing 540 damage in poison stack, and that was just one stack of doing your poison. throughout the
Mm-hmm.
whole fight if you proc that 5 times, and that's not including your sword damage. So it's just ridiculous what's going on over there. So yeah, if poison's OP. That's what I learned from Iceborne, and a lot of the monsters are very cool. Nargacuca's cool. I gotta hunt Anjanath, the new one, in the next master rank, so I gotta do that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's good. It's a good. Oh, I will say this: so Koropuke Puke is sick and disgusting at the same time. That if you're
Oh,
on a
you don't like the
computer,
monster like spitting water on you
well,
from its tail?
okay, this is everyone listening to this podcast should pop up another window on their computer and look up Puke Koropuke Puke's like water attack. It is so disgusting. Its move set when it shoots from its tail, it is like a fire hose, but it's too organic looking and
It's like undulating.
yeah, it's like expanding, contracting, and it's like, dude, one, I was like the animator on this is sick. They did an incredible job because I'm grossed out. I am so grossed out. But
You want to know something hilarious
yeah.
about Monster Hunter? Um, all the Monster Hunters are mocapped.
Oh, the hunters
I
are.
mean, not all the monsters are mocapped.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just knew they all. I just knew that they can make monsters easily because they use the same skeleton for the most part.
So they got it. They got a dude in a suit who acts out the monster movements,
Holy shit,
and then they take. Yeah.
dude, that could be my career goal to beat a monster in Monster Hunter. Holy shit, that's incredible! Incredible resume item. Be monster in Monster Hunter. I was the guy. Holy and oh my god! I bet they have to roll on the ground too when they get knocked down with their feet. Holy
They
shit!
do all the actions. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, that's
It's pretty
incredible.
funny actually.
Damn, I want
Because
to meet
they
that guy.
did it behind the scenes for Rajang,
Mm-hmm.
and the dude has to wear stilts on his arms so that he is walking like a giant ape essentially.
Oh shit! Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Also, I have never seen what Rajan looks like, so I'm hyped to see him in game when I first get to him. Because I'm blind on a lot of these monsters.
It's gonna be a bit.
Yeah, it'll take some time. I mean, I think today I'll get to monster Master Rank 4 story stuff. So, and I know I got some variants coming up.
Yeah, he's I don't remember. I think I found him around Master Rank 50.
Okay. Okay.
I think I don't quote me on that, but
Yeah, that's a while.
yeah.
It's definitely a while. But hey, I'm excited. There's so
Yeah,
many more
you gotta
monsters.
do there's a whole new thing that you're gonna have to do right when you beat the main story, and that's like when the game really like kicks into gear.
Yeah, I saw Guardian Lands or Gildian Lands or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and that's where I need to get my gold Rathalos. So I need a hunt gold
Rathian.
or Rathian.
Yeah,
I need
that's where you get the longsword. That's the
okay.
longsword.
I heard that's the monster I need to hunt. Cause I'm following a build right now, like a guide to get through just for armor and stuff because I want to get to. I don't want to worry about wasting my resources at low rank stuff. I want to just get the cool shit and go.
I almost never bother upgrading gear
mm-hmm.
when I'm going through the campaign or whatever, because like the next monster you hunt will just give you better armor. So
yeah, for the most part,
you just take that and then you continue until you can't, and then you take the next monster.
Yeah,
and then you continue.
well, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I only maxed my armor because I'm following this guide. He was like, "Yeah, you should max this, and then you're gonna get rid of it at Master Rank 5." So I just started 3, and I have 4 to go through. I'm like, this is worth it. And the Narghuka set's cool, so because and it also has the sharpening bonus or whatever. So it's good. It's good stuff. I look like a ninja with a katana. I'm very happy.
Ninja.
All right. So let's get into the second half of the podcast now, where we talk about video games. I know this is what everyone is here for, so let's talk about what happened this week in video games. I got a few stories we'll go through. I'm going to start with some of the less exciting and go to the more exciting. All right, so Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order start of a new franchise, EA confirms. So, reading this IGN article. So, essentially, they have confirmed that there will be a sequel to this game, as it was already in the planning. And if you beat the game, if you played the game and
Yeah,
beat
the
it,
ending.
the ending is
Yeah.
like setting up for a sequel. But this is like the first confirmation that there is a sequel to the game outside of the ending of the game. It it's apparent they didn't tell us their exact sales for the first game, but they expected to sell 10 million copies, and apparently it beat their expectations. So it's sold more than 10 million copies, which is pretty insane.
That's
And
good.
yeah, which is awesome. And then they added a free DLC to the game just now on May the 4th, because that's Star Wars Day, and they added combat challenges to the game and new cosmetics. So that's pretty cool. So, and you can also make your own combat challenges. So I know my friend Jalen, he loves combat games in a sense like Batman, like the Arkham games. He loves that, and Yakuza. So he loves any sort of, I guess, a beat 'em up style, but not actually beat 'em up. Combat with. I don't even know how you describe those combat systems, but Jedi Fallen Order is sort of like that too.
I mean, Jedi Fallen Order is kind of more similar, I would say, to what would you call it? Dark Souls, really.
Yeah, it's definitely more comparable to a Dark Souls like game, in terms of combat. But
It's kind of weird. Like, yeah, like
it's a weird
they
mix.
honestly, when I saw, like, it was actually funny when I first played Sekiro, I was like, this is what Star Wars needs to be, 100%.
Yeah.
Because it was like you keep, because like you technically kill enemies in one hit, right? With like the parry system,
Yeah.
and you can literally just take Sekiro, put it, and give it lightsabers, and it works perfectly. Like the combat system is perfect because
Oh, yeah.
every time you strike the bad guy, the boss, you're not actually hitting them. You're just wearing down their like defense, and then
Yeah.
when you finally get a hit in, it's like when you stab them. It's like that would work perfectly with a lightsaber because you know hitting someone with a lightsaber usually means death.
Usually, not in Fallen Order though.
Not yeah. Which I mean, again, it's like it's a video game, so I do understand like the limitations there. But yeah, like I never thought I would see a perfect representation of what could be
Mhm.
a Star Wars combat system. Like if you're playing as a Jedi in a not Star Wars game, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I've beaten Fallen Order. I think the game is
Yeah.
good. I think it's a good to great game. I'll probably give it like a low 8. Like it's an 8, but it could be a 7.5 in my head. But I will give it an 8. Because
I don't. Oh god, yeah.
I was just gonna say, my big issues with the game were, one, it was buggy as all hell, and I had bugs where I had to restart my game completely,
Mm-hmm.
which was annoying. And two, collectibles were useless and just added for no reason, like in reality.
Mm-hmm.
And number three, no decapitations, no limb dismemberment, no. Unless it was an animal, it's okay if it's a big
Or a
spider
robot, yeah.
or a robot. But hey, that's a human. Hey, that's Stormtrooper, which you're fighting a majority of the time is Stormtroopers. Oh, you just totally did a sick finish combo to this guy. You stab him through the chest. There's no like any damage or limbs coming off or anything, and it's like this takes me out of the universe completely.
It's definitely a what do you call it?
It's a design decision. It is
It's a Disney thing, I think.
Yeah, it's a Disney thing, and that, I mean, they're like, we need to make the game rated teen so you can get more people to buy the game. Totally understand that. However, uh, what game is that? The game with Star Killer, Force Unleashed, has limb decap and all that.
Yeah, but that was before That was before Disney.
I mean, that's true, but it's like, hey, it's Star Wars. This is like a mature franchise, okay? I hate they're making Star Wars kiddie, because Star Wars is a mature franchise when you get to like the books and the games.
Sure, but it's always also been kind of like, I mean, Star Wars, the whole thing about it initially was to sell toys, which it did really well. Like it sold
Well,
action figures and shit like that.
well, not the original series. The
Pretty
toys.
sure the original series, because I remember there being like a whole documentary about that
Oh
aspect of it.
no, so from my strategic marketing stuff,
Uh,
uh, actually the big toys thing happened with episode 1, and it was like the first push of some sort of like a movie having this much type of, I guess, action figures and other types of swag. It was an unprecedented like levels of, or unprecedented levels of like,
unprecedented.
not yeah, words English, of
No
levels
worries.
of
I was
advertising and selling. Yeah, because I mean in the 70s like they had figures and stuff, but it wasn't, there wasn't like the marketing tie-ins and all that. Like Phantom Menace was
well,
like
yeah, not a
probably
marketing. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but it was still huge though. I remember like at
Oh yeah,
least
it was
hearing
big.
about it. But
It was big, but the
um,
Phantom Menace is when it changed the game. Actually, like
hmm,
it went to like Pokemon levels of and like insanity of all the marketing tie-ins, and like it was like the first time
yeah,
you were seeing a movie really being tied with like a pizza, and like all over commercials and stuff like that, like Domino's, like Star Wars stuff, like just example of that. But yeah, yeah. I mean,
the
I think the issue with also the main character sucks. So
yeah, I didn't like the. I think the main. Honestly, I really dislike that it's still tied to the Skywalker saga.
yep,
I'm done. I'm really just done with it, and I really wanted them to just do their own story in the Star Wars universe.
yep,
Like, have it be either really far behind or have it super far in the future.
mm-hmm.
Just have it not connected to the movies in any way. Because, like, even though the Darth Vader scene was amazing, usually most Darth Vader scenes are amazing.
That's part of the game.
It's like a given for that character.
Yeah.
I don't. I always feel like the stories are super limited because they really can't do anything creative. Because, oh look, this has to be tied to the original story
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
Even though we're like, this character never existed before, but we're adding him now. It's just like, yeah, it's just dumb to me. I like. I was kind of hoping that this story would be done, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, we're still doing Star Wars games. We're just not continuing this one. We're just gonna do another Jedi like in another time.
Yeah.
Just, doing their own thing.
I completely agree with you.
There's no relation to Skywalker at all.
Yeah, and I think the big issue with all of that is, yeah, one, nothing, like Vader's a threat, but nothing bad can happen to Vader, right? Like,
Yep.
That's because we know what happens to him. So
the character can't do anything significant either because you know what happens. It's like it doesn't matter.
yeah, exactly. He doesn't exist in the movies, so he will probably die at some point. Like, or it's just dumb. Like, if it's not in the movies, then it's irrelevant. But if they are in the movies, then they can't. Nothing can affect them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lose-lose situation, and I completely agree with you saying that should have been before or after. I think before is the most interesting. Like KOTOR.
Yeah, like it's like Old Republic. Yeah.
Like KOTOR 1 and 2 have like Star Wars is the coolest when you look at the old lore, and especially the lore that is used in KOTOR 1 and 2. Because oh man, it's like, dude, the Sith obviously are comically evil, and they still are in that, but the Jedis aren't necessarily good either. Like, so it's super cool to see the dynamic of, and then like you have like the Gray Jedi Knights and things like that. So, and the different alien races and traveling to different planets and no Skywalkers. You're dealing.
There's no Empire. I want something without the Empire.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need an Empire. You know what's cooler than an Empire? Just the Sith. Just lots of Sith.
Oh my god, yes, please.
So many people don't even know that the Sith is a race. Like, straight up, the Sith is a race. But the people who call themselves Sith Lords aren't even Sith. Like, they're not part of that race. The first original Sith Lords were the Sith. But, and these are beings who are so into the Force that they don't even need eyes. So, and you get to, like, meet the last Sith in KOTOR 2, essentially. So, it's just cool stuff like that you find out about.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. It's it's a little unfortunate, but you know what? As long if they really like fix a lot of the gameplay focused issues that this one had, because like you definitely feel like it's a first game. You know what I mean? Like you know how like Demon Souls, right? Is
Yeah.
the first Souls game. It like if you compare it to anything else now, it's like super janky.
Yep.
Like the jank is unreal.
Yep.
But then you look at Dark Souls, it's like holy shit, this is so polished in
Exactly.
comparison. And then like I really hope to see that because you really feel that with Fallen Order, where it's like oh man, what's happening here?
I completely
Like
agree.
there's so many moments that just kick you out of the like the immersion. I don't mean like immersion like oh I believe the characters and all that. What I mean immersion is like oh I'm playing a game and enjoying it, and then like this super gamey thing happens that isn't supposed to happen, like it wasn't intended,
Yeah.
and then you're just like oh yeah I'm pressing buttons aren't I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's times where you like forget you're pressing a button
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
like do actions. Yeah, but like this, it kept happening where I'm like remembering that I'm playing a game.
Yeah. I don't. Man, that game should have been better, and I'm upset because I spent $60 on it too. So.
I got the Origin thing for free, and then I
Oh,
played
nice,
it.
nice.
Like I got a month free, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll just play it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. It's not a bad game. I still think it's like potentially a great game. I think it's better now with the added combat things they added to it. But it should have been more. I mean, some of the boss fights were sick. Any part where you're fighting someone with another lightsaber is a good part of that game.
Oh yeah, for sure, those were actually fun, except for that one dude with with the dual sabers. What was his name?
Oh, you mean the girl? That's the sister.
No, the dude. The
Oh, him on that
yeah,
one
he
on the
wanted.
Darth Maul planet.
Yeah, he was such an asshole because he had this one move where the reach was a little longer than you anticipated,
Yeah,
and you're just like, wait, that's not supposed to hit me.
you're right. But you can
It-
sort of cheese the
it-
game with your abilities too.
and usually I play all the games on hard mode. I actually regret playing that game on hard mode.
Oh, I
Like
did
in
normal.
hindsight, I regret playing it on hard mode because it was just not fun a lot of the times with how they did the difficulty.
Yeah.
For them, the difficulty was, oh, you're playing hard mode. Okay, our characters are going to um, attack you more frequently, which, whatever, that's fine. But not only that, there's a parry system. But the problem is this parry system isn't perfect because there is a very tiny wind up animation for
Yep.
parrying.
Yep.
And if you forget that and are used to games that don't have that issue, guess what?
You're
You're
dead.
screwed because yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like you have to account. It's like playing with lag, right?
Yeah.
You have to account for the lag that you have, except there shouldn't that shouldn't be a thing in this game. And I think that was like one of the most frustrating things I dealt with.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
The parry system I thought in general was just not that good.
You're like if you're trying to parry, you're like actively fighting it to like actually do the parry properly. And like finally, when you do get used to it, you're like, yeah. But then you go to sleep, wake up the next day, you're like, oh shit, I gotta relearn this.
God, I could not even go back and play that game. Now I'm thinking about it, like, dude, there's no way I can go back.
No, there's no way.
I would hope they do something more impressive with the second game, but you know
I
it'll happen.
I think they will. I think they will. I have confidence that they will. Because I mean, they're a competent team. It's not like they don't know what they're doing. So
Exactly.
I can't imagine them like I can't imagine them sitting there and going, "We made a perfect game. There's no issues," and then doing the same exact thing next game. It's like they're going to improve, and that's the one thing I've actually always liked about video games.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, the second game is like
Better.
so good,
Yeah.
except for Devil May Cry. Third game was the best, but
Hey man.
second game was trash. But
You what?
but like
Devil,
most games, their second game is like the best in my opinion, from what I've seen.
for a lot of games for sure. Funny though, I mean, Devil May Cry is just Resident Evil 4. What are you talking about? So It's just one version of Resident Evil 4 that got released, so which is
Oh
one
no.
of the wildest stories ever. All right. So we're gonna get into the big lump. Of, oh, do you want to real quick talk about the Last of Us trailer? Did you see it?
Yes. I watched it
Mm-hmm.
and I acknowledged some terrible things are dude, I'm pretty sure like I already know what's gonna happen. Like I have a general idea of like,
Yo, tell me.
you know,
What's your ideas? What is your
well, I don't want to
non-spoiled
say it because if
opinions?
it ends up being true, then I technically spoiled things, right? And I don't want to do that.
Oh, all right.
I'll just say that I'm pretty sure certain characters, like something is going to happen to them, and I won't specify who, and like it could be Ellie, anyone,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm pretty sure certain things are going to happen, and
Mm-hmm.
then um, like you know what, I'm going to experience the game, and I can guarantee you, I can 100% guarantee, all the people that are complaining about like it's like oh the leaks they ruined the game for me. It's gonna they would have been those same people if they hadn't had the leaks and saw this trailer would have been like oh my god is 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 Ellie's pet hamster gonna die?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so upsetting, but it'd be
Yeah.
so cool. And they'd be like hyping themselves up over that.
Yeah.
But then like in the leaks, they see that Ellie's hamster died and they're like, oh, the game is ruined for me now.
RV or hamster. So I know
Yeah,
why
yeah.
people are mad. I know why at least a certain part of the internet is mad, and this is the.
Do you think it's warranted?
Oh no, it's they're mad over supposedly SJW stuff.
What? Okay, now I'm confused. I don't even know. Like, I didn't even get a hint of like what it is. But like,
I
I
don't want
can't
to spoil
understand.
it for you. I don't want to
What
spoil.
is Joel gay?
No, Ellie's already gay, so they were already mad about that. They were already mad at like these people were already mad
so,
that Ellie was gay before, right?
so wait. The people that are mad are the gamers, right? Then
The
is that
gamer
who?
gators are mad.
Oh well, then I don't care about their opinion.
Yeah, it's really those
Yeah.
people. The thing I know, I won't say it, but what they were mad about is essentially just it's like when I heard that I was like, wait, I'm not mad about this. Like I'm not mad about hearing like what has happened. It's just I
I'm
was
trying to
like,
like I'm trying to like think. Is it just a
so I know
like a
why they're mad. So it's a two-pronged thing. The first thing I can sort of get why they're mad, and the only thing I'm
mm,
gonna say is MGS2, and that's it. I'll say on that, which is why people are mad.
ah.
But I'm like,
Wait,
that's
how's
okay.
that a shade though? Okay, whatever.
No,
We'll find out.
that's not the
We'll have a
SJW part.
huge.
The
We'll have a really
SJW
fun.
part is uh
Okay,
I'll just say this
don't
people
don't say it here. We'll say it after the stream because I
fine.
don't think anyone wants to. Yeah, we'll just let. Yeah.
Abdul, would you be upset about a woman being muscular?
You're talking about that lady?
Would you be upset about a woman being muscular?
You mean the badass, right? The badass we saw in the trailer who was
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
made
yeah,
who was getting
yeah.
made.
People are
That's who they're angry
yeah,
about.
they're mad about
Is
this
she
character
transgender?
existing. No, apparently. Apparently they
Okay,
made that up
so
and they apparently that was a made up part of the rumor.
so the
It's
so
not true.
the so but they're just mad about a muscular woman.
Yeah, but they're also saying
Oh
she's
man, I
trans, but
can't
she's
wait
not
till
trans.
I can't wait till we play Assassin's Creed, where a Viking woman is totally not going to be muscular. She's going to be muscular.
Yeah, but no one's gonna shit on Assassin's Creed because Assassin's Creed isn't beloved like Last of Us. You know?
What the? God damn it! I hate idiot. I hate
Yeah,
these idiots
yeah.
so much.
They're like, damn, she's
Hate's
buff.
a strong word, right? Oh, just a quick thing for Noah. If you do Origin Deluxe, you can get it for like stupid cheap, and then just for like a month, you have like a month to play Fallen Order.
Ooh,
So
that's a good deal.
yeah.
That's probably
So like you can
10
pay for
bucks.
like a fraction of the price. Unless you want to own the game, then I understand. But like, yeah, you can totally just do Origin uh, Deluxe or whatever version that I'm pretty sure that you have to do Deluxe, but
Mhm.
it's like literally like nothing for yeah Origin Premiere yeah.
Yeah, how much is Origin Premiere? Let me look that up.
I'm actually curious. I don't remember the price
Origin.
because again I got lucky and they were like, hey, you have a month free, and
Origin
I'm like, oh
Premiere.
okay, thanks.
Can I see pricing?
Yeah, I think you can find. I think if it's your first time, you can do a free trial.
Yeah, you get a free trial.
Um, and like if you have another email account, just do it there. Boom, get a free.
Evolve, basic Evolve. What's in the basic Evolve of games? Because there's a
There's a lot of
basic and a
games.
premier version.
Yeah, the premiere is where you get access to the newer titles. So I'm pretty sure that's where.
Okay. So it's
I'm pretty sure that's
$15 a
where
month for the premiere, but there may be a free trial.
you have to do the premiere one for Fallen Order. But yeah, $15 for a $60 game, and you could totally beat it in the span of a month. Like you can probably beat it in a weekend.
True, and then you can play a couple of these other games and cancel.
There's a bunch of can't cancel before the month even ends because your subscription will still last for the month.
Yeah, usually. Yeah. You'll just can't. Well, yeah, you'll just take your card information off, and then you're good.
Yeah, and then yeah, then you can play a bunch of other stuff.
There's some good games on here, honestly. I would if you get this, like, Noah, I highly recommend playing Dead Space.
Oh, dude, one of the best games ever, Anthem.
Oh God, playing A Plague Tale. That game's sick. You know, if you want to play a racing game, I highly suggest Burnout Paradise. Dude, Titanfall 2 just for the single player. It's a sick single player. I would also suggest. I saw some Pyre. Oh, Pyre is definitely worth it.
If you really want to, you could just use another email.
Yeah, just
to like have a new account and then just do it for free. But if you don't mind paying the $15, which personally, as a person in the industry, I like to pay for things. Even though I'm kind of a hypocrite saying that, because I got it for free. But that's besides the point. you can totally do like a new account and do it for free. I think trial.
Sure, it is EA, but hey, that free trial though, you beat the game within the trial period, you're good to go. And I'm sure by that point you'll figure out if you actually want to beat the game or not.
But I don't know. Yeah. Just double check you can actually do Premiere as a free trial. But I'm pretty sure that you can. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. I mean, you can do Mirror's Edge. You already listed the other games, so I was like trying to see.
There's some solid stuff. There's some solid stuff.
Anyways.
All right, so Last of Us, yeah, cool, get hype. Let's go on to the next story, which is our final story, but it's gonna be a long part. Xbox, Inside Xbox May event happened yesterday. I live streamed it on this channel. I appreciate everyone who watched along and my disappointment of the entire live stream. Abdul, you watched this too, right? So how was your what was your overall feelings on this event? I was disappointed per se.
I mean, if I was gonna give it a score grade, I would probably give it a D.
A D, yeah, sounds about right.
I hate shitting on things like in the industry because like I know the effort that there's a lot of effort that goes into making these games, and it's not me shitting on the games, it's me shitting on the presentation itself because it's like as someone who wants to play these games, I want to know what they are. If you want to hype me up for the games and be like, check out this gameplay thing, and I know it's gameplay, but I know it's not the gameplay that people are going to be looking for, right?
Exactly.
And so it's just like, woo, check all this stuff out, and I'm like, nothing makes me want to buy this like right now, right? It's like if the game came out right now, I would just wait to see a review because I can actually see the gameplay and get a good idea of, whether I'm going to enjoy it or not.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm actually a little excited for Valhalla, but I saw nothing.
Now I'm not. So I'm not excited
anymore. The only thing that gives me an idea of what Valhalla is like is what Odyssey is like, and I didn't like what Odyssey was like.
Yeah.
Right. And I know Valhalla is going to be the next, iteration of that. But that's the thing. It's the next iteration. It means there's going to be improvements. Yep. And they already said things that I want to. Oh, you should probably get rid of this dude. Microlegend.
That's definitely a bot.
Yeah. Get out of here, bot.
Let me deal.
Banned for life.
I don't know how to do shit through fucking. One sec. the relog. Anyways, you can keep going.
Oh yeah, yeah. It just distracted me.
Yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, they
Yeah, no, we can be famous that easily, dude.
the,
Give my money to like some Russian shell company. Okay, there it is.
I blocked him. I reported him for spam.
No, exactly. Good, good. We'll just do that.
Anyways, yeah, like they already said that it's actually not going to be nearly as big as Odyssey was, which was a big complaint that a lot of people had.
Yep.
They're actually going to, make the map size smaller, more condensed, which means higher quality over quantity from what they're trying to go for, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just want a better Assassin's Creed than what Odyssey is, and honestly, if they do that, I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy the game. Like, but I don't know. I literally don't know. So the only thing I can go off is what I saw in Odyssey, which I didn't like. So now I'm looking at
Yeah.
Valhalla, and I don't have an opinion. It's just an Assassin's Creed game right now, and that's literally it. There's nothing to like no knowledge to like draw from on what to expect, what to look forward to. At the very least, they could have showed us like if they had at least shown us the character just walking in a town or a village, or just literally camera looking around an environment with the character model actually there, that it's actual like gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Just the simplest thing, that would have been enough for me to go, wow, this actually looks really interesting.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that.
So what's funny? What's really funny about this, right? The event was hyped up as first gameplay. Like actually, like they're saying first. So Xbox was saying first look at next gen gameplay trailers and sneak peeks. And it's funny because Ubisoft was saying that it was going to be gameplay, and then the game director before, I guess I was going up, was saying, "Hey, this is just a taste of it." So they obviously knew what was going to happen, and so
it's not even a taste though.
Yeah, and it's not even a taste. And then afterwards, later that day, he says, "Hello all, heart sign. You rightfully expected to see more today. We have a long marketing campaign ahead of us. You will see in-depth gameplay and get a lot more info about the game. Thank you for your excitement and passion. Be patient with us and be kind. It will be worth it." And I'm like, I don't think there's a reason for people to be kind when you lied to us, and this isn't the first time Ubisoft has done this as the company. They did this with not Odyssey, Origins, or the Egypt one.
I'll say this again: they didn't lie, but they didn't exactly deliver on what was promised either. It's like saying, here's a demo, right? And so you get to play the demo, but you only get 10 minutes of playtime. It's like, I did get to play the demo, but definitely there's not enough there for me to get any idea of what this game is like. Right?
I mean,
it's like okay, go ahead.
I think that comparison you made is a lot nicer, right? I feel like at least I got what I wanted, But this Assassin's Creed,
I'm so dissatisfied.
If I got to play a 10-minute demo of The Last of Us 2, and they said I got to play a demo and it's only 10 minutes, I'll be just as happy.
Okay, all right, I got a better one. All right. They're like, Final Fantasy VII demo.
Yeah.
Guys, you can play it. Cloud jumps off the train. You kill the first two guard. Demo ends.
I still think it's better than what they did here.
There's no way you'd be.
I feel like the demo doesn't work because the demo is delivered. This wasn't gameplay.
No. This was gameplay. No, like in reality, it actually, like, I'm not even joking. It actually is gameplay.
But even in the trailer, it says on the bottom is like, this is expected footage of what it'll look like on the Xbox Series X.
So they're showing what it's like in the engine and what it is in the game.
Well, on
when you
PC.
pick up the game, that's what you'll see, right? Like they're not lying. They're just not exactly delivering what was expected, and you can definitely see that in the message of like from Aaron Greenberg
Yeah.
that you linked the tweet, where it's like, had we not said anything, you just showed the May inside Xbox show like we did last month, reaction would have been different, which is true. I think reaction still would have been disappointed, but nowhere near
People would be
the
pissed.
amount that, yeah, people wouldn't be pissed because it's just like you're hyping us up for this event,
Yeah.
and I get it, you're supposed to hype us up for events, but don't say, hey guys, we're going to show you the next gen console, and then they proceed to talk about, the original stuff, because that's what it was.
Yeah.
We already know these games are coming out on on the current consoles, so.
Oh damn! They got rid of the free trial thing, Noah. Oh.
Rip, rest in peace.
$15 to EA.
Oh,
Will you suffer?
That's compared to $60.
I mean, yeah, you can beat it in like a few sessions, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the Aaron Greenberg thing, the fact that he's the head of marketing in Microsoft or Xbox, and yeah, he honestly like they totally dropped the ball on this whole event. I mean, we'll go through the individual games momentarily, but from what they showed, most of these games are cross-gen games. Most of these games didn't even have a speck of gameplay, more like CG concept. Like I'm more like, here's the generic vague story of what's going on in our game, which really doesn't help me when it's like a new IP or something I'm not familiar with, because considering this is such a big platform, this is your opportunity to market to a vast like variety of gamers who should be excited for your console. But I feel like this deflated the hype for Xbox in general.
I think the only reason I disagree with that is, again, I think they're just trying to hype up the games that you can play on Xbox in general. It's like when they showed Cyberpunk during the Xbox like E3 thing.
Yeah,
it was like everyone knows Cyberpunk is going to be on Xbox, PC, PlayStation.
yeah.
But showing it on the Xbox conference gave more for Xbox. And they're also doing a first party thing, which I'm pretty confident that when they show their first party stuff, that's when a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh my god, I'm so hyped!"
Yeah, no, for sure. I completely agree with you on that.
It'll change everything, like the dynamic, right?
But right now the dynamic's bad, right? And,
for sure. Yeah.
And they did this to themselves because, I mean, I knew going into it, it was a third party showing, but third party could mean anything, right? When I think of third parties, I do like they're hyping up Assassin's Creed, so I'm like, okay, Assassin's Creed is gonna show some crazy gameplay demo, right?
Yeah.
And I expected EA to show off something, and they showed off Madden, which I expected, but I thought they would show off something, like how they hyped it up made me really think like we were getting some at least solid teasers from unannounced third-party games and in-depth Assassin's Creed. Like demo,
like E3 level kind of.
Yeah, just going through a level and like doing like a short mission type of like thing.
Yeah, that would have been. Again, just show us something in the game that looks like someone actually has a controller in their hands and is doing something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought we would get.
Yeah, and that's and they should realize, like, yes, a lot of industry people and people who are well versed into video games are going to understand, yes, it's gameplay. But at the same time, the majority of people you're trying to sell to are not going to get that. When you say gameplay, they want to see essentially like what you would see in a Let's Play.
Yeah.
Someone, a controller, doing the actions.
Yo, show me a HUD.
Like, it's like.
Yeah, completely agree. Show me a HUD. Show me a menu. Like.
Show me anything.
Show me a button prompt.
Resembles, like, yeah. It was just like a weird thing. Like the Assassin's Creed trailer, it was one of those, felt like one of those, like when they do teasers for the eventual trailer.
Yep.
Right.
It felt like that.
Yeah, it literally felt like that because you're just like, all right, this provided zero information, literally nothing.
Yeah, and I'm not hyped for it at all because that was their time to beat. That was their one big moment when they had the spotlight to themselves, right? Because here's my thing, right? If I'm not hyped for Assassin's Creed now, there's a good chance I'm not gonna be hyped for it in the future when there's like 10 other games from different companies gonna be announced, right?
Mm.
Like when you are showing your stuff out this early, you have a huge advantage of getting all the attention to yourself, which is what matters. You know, that's free press right there. If you're the only, like Assassin's Creed is the only game being talked about, right?
Yeah.
Then that's huge press for you. But if it's negative press, then people are gonna bitch about you for a week and not talk about you afterwards, right?
Yeah,
It's
but they say press like attention. Like what was it called? Like it's like any
there's
kind of
yeah,
attention
there's no such
is
thing as bad
attention.
press.
Yeah,
How
because like in the end, even in the case of like Last of Us, right? A lot of people are like, oh my god, their sales are gonna suck. It's like, not really.
Yeah, I don't think sales will not suck for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think it will probably be one of the better releases for Ubisoft in the past few
Yeah,
years.
Last of Us 2 as well, like is gonna sell incredibly well. Most games are gonna sell really, really well.
Yeah,
That a lot of people are just like, oh, haha, game is dead. It's not gonna, like even Anthem, right? Anthem is a very flawed game, super, super, super good on the art side of things.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I know I'm a little biased since I'm an artist, but like love their animations and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But um, everyone was like, ah, haha, Anthem is Anthem is such a failure. I mean, yes, as a live service, definitely it did fail, but it sold a shit ton of copies.
Yeah, it sold probably. I think it was the third highest or fourth highest in the MPDs for all of last year.
It was incredibly successful. It made its money.
It made a
It's
shit ton of
fine.
money.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
but
made its money back though, but it made a shit ton of money.
no, it definitely should have made its money back. I mean, it's $60 a pop.
Maybe it's what that game went through so much development hell for a long time. So it's one of
Yeah,
those where it's like we'll never know the
but
true damage.
it's like with how Sony spends their money on their first party, you
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah, of course.
developers. I think it's the same deal where it's like they're gonna pay. It's like essentially like um, you know, Sony is like the bot, like the CEO, and then the first party devs are like the workers. Like
Yeah,
they're getting, it's like they're always going to be with them. They're always going to be like working on new things, and it doesn't really matter. Sony just is like, we'll throw money at you,
yeah,
just keep doing what you're doing.
exactly.
And I
Yeah,
think that was the same case with EA and Bioware, except Bioware was losing a lot of members very quickly.
yeah, no, completely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive through the event here. So the first party games will be shown in July at a July event. So, and they said including games from Double Fine and 343 Industries. So that's Tim Schafer and the Halo guys at 343 in Double
Mm-hmm.
Fine, Tim Schafer. Every game was apparently shown to be optimized by Xbox Series X, which, okay, most of those games were shown on PC, right? So they sort of start to show off a Memory Infinite, which was actually a sequel to Bright Memory, which you can play today on Steam for $10. It was made by
It's like
one
an hour
dude in
long
China.
circle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an hour-long
Dude,
game.
that game. Okay, so not to like shit on the dude because I think it's amazing that he was able to do that much
Yeah, I don't think it's
as
a good game.
one person. Um, but it definitely looked like one of those games where it's like, look at all these things I can do. Look how next gen it is. It's
Yeah,
like the amount of particle effects on the screen was insane, and I'm just like, okay, this is a bit much, dude.
yeah. So the
Like
trailer was hype, in
it
my
looked
opinion.
cool, but yeah,
The trailer got me hype, but then the digger I dug. I find this game, and I'm like, why is anyone excited for? Why is this one being shown as the first thing? Because I think the first game you show at a press conference really speaks to what you were gonna see. Uh, it was like
What was the game called again? Just real quick.
Bright Memory Infinite.
Got it.
So apparently, if you buy Bright Memory today, you get Infinite for free. So obviously, this is not a $60 game. This is definitely it's indie because it's made by one person, but this is very budget. Which there's
I
nothing
think it's
wrong
gonna
with
be
that.
like a $30 game or something.
I don't think it'll be a $15 game. I think it's gonna be
No
like
way.
2 hours. Yeah, I mean, if he's saying you get the game for free if you buy the first game right now.
I think it's just to ramp up sales for his older stuff because I'm pretty sure like they know not a lot of people are gonna buy that one. and they'll just like be like, I'll just wait for the better one or whatever.
Also, that game
Or
is not exclusive to Xbox, by the way. It's on everything. So put that out there.
yeah, well, I mean, all the most of those I think were.
Most of them. A couple games were exclusive
Honestly,
console
don't
system.
remember. Honestly, don't remember which games were exclusive and which weren't.
Because they didn't tell you. They did an awful job of telling you
Oh, they
exactly
didn't.
which ones.
Uh,
Yeah. I don't remember all of them. I remember a couple on this list, though, that were. I think there's only two, though. I mean, yeah, Bright Memory Infinite, I think it's a cool idea. I think if this guy had a team, it would be a much better game. I like the concept. I like the concept of FPS Devil May Cry with a score and everything, trying to get your high rankings. But I don't think it works. I just don't think that game idea works.
Okay, my thing about the game is I think it's gonna work fine. My only problem is, okay, with video games, obviously how hard they are to make. The thing I think the thing I think it's going to lack the most is depth. Like not depth in combat or like what you're playing, but more so like the actual systems in place.
Oh yeah.
Like because you have to think about it. Like if you just create one system, how much effort do you have to put into that one system? Whether it's combat, whether it's inventory, whether it's UI, you know, animation, like ignoring animation, just like actual game design system. Like you have to put so much work and time and add so many things to it just to make it like worth it or valuable. And I just don't know if one person can actually manage that.
No.
Because like I feel like it's just gonna be you're jumping. I think it's just literally gonna be jumping from level to level.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be very basic structure. It's like kill X amount of enemies.
Yeah, it's gonna be all combat rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is,
like,
I mean,
you're not gonna have like I don't think you're gonna have like an open hub or
yeah,
a place to like interact with characters or anything like that.
Yeah.
If I hope there's stuff like that. I really do hope this guy puts out a good game. But like I'm like cautiously optimistic about this thing.
I mean, you can watch the first game, which is literally just an hour-long $10 game right now, which I've watched an LP on just to see. I was not impressed. It's very budget. It is, even though it looks very nice in that idea concept trailer, it's not gonna look like that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of particle effects, but the enemy designs weren't that good. The sound effects weren't good. If it's by one person, I don't expect a lot of this to get improved because it's one person,
They had to cut a lot of corners, yeah.
And
yeah, they're probably going to have to like reuse assets from not reuse assets. I mean, because that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to like download assets from online or.
Of course.
And then like update them, and it's just it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
I hope they're successful though.
I mean, I hope this man in China is a successful guy with his game, but I'm not buying it. It doesn't look fun from what I saw. It looks more fun in like a trailer, but when you actually see the gameplay, it's sort of like I wish he just made like a character action game that wasn't first person. Feel like that would be better, but it's obviously because it's first person, it's easier to make because you don't have to make animations for, someone doing all these moves. Instead, you just got to make gun animations and a sword animation.
Well, the sword and gun animations are still like you still gonna have to do like first person rigs and animate the hands and.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot that really goes into it.
There's still that, but I think it's easier than making a full model that you can see. Doing like Dante levels of shit.
Well, they still have to animate the enemies though, which are going to be full models.
That's true.
And then if there, I don't know if there are monsters in this game.
There are. I saw bears. The bears that make the wars. They make like Microsoft Word blood splat noises or some shit when you kill them. It is really funny.
Yeah, like it's like what do you call it? Yeah, it's interesting. I hope they can do stuff, but I'm not holding I'm not gonna be surprised if that isn't the case.
Yep. So the next game that was shown was Dirt 5, which I think is hilarious that there's 5 Dirt games. Didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Dirt 5 actually looks sick.
So this was, it showed off in-game footage, or in-engine footage, so it wasn't game footage.
I mean, we can safely assume the game is going to look like this. Most car games look really solid.
That's true.
They don't really have to do too much.
They just gotta model the cars
with the environments. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like they look amazing, but that's because you're on one track. You're not
exactly. You never look at what's past the track borders. You just don't look there because you're gonna see the PS2 pixels. Maybe it'll look at PS3 pixels now or something, but so obviously it's a racing game. There's some cool stuff about this game though, in my opinion. Smart delivery is a cool idea, which means if you buy it on your regular Xbox One, you'll have a copy for your Series X, which is cool.
Yeah.
But that screams to me that this game will be out before the Xbox Series X.
Okay, so pretty much every single game that's going to be announced in this year, I would say 99% are going to be on current gen consoles.
Yeah.
And that can also be moved on to next gen. I think the only singular game that is 100% next gen that I'm pretty sure is going to be like that, Godfall.
Yeah.
Because they specifically advertised that game as a PS5 game.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any news that came out if they were PS4 as well, but
they didn't. Yeah, no, that's a PS5 like right on that. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be besides like the first party exclusives, which are obviously going to be for the newest system. I think other than that, yeah, I completely agree with what you said. I think all these games that are being shown this year will be on both. Actually, well, that's actually not true because there's a couple games on this list that are only on Xbox and PC. Like a new Xbox, not Xbox One.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, okay, also with Dirt, Nolan North, Troy Baker. So, you gotta hear that. 4K, 60 FPS. Can go to 120 FPS, but it won't be 4K.
That's why you'll get it on PC, and you don't have to care about that.
Exactly. And so Dirt's boring. We're gonna go to Scorn. Scorn had the most disgusting trailer.
I love that.
It's definitely the art style's the dude who made Alien.
Yep.
What's his name? H.G. Gregor?
Something? What I'm confused about, wasn't there a game like it that came out, or is it still Scorn? It just was like a demo or beta or something?
There was a demo. So this is a game that is published by Humble Bundle, but they were a Kickstarter game at first.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And
that game is disgusting, and I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to play it though, because I don't know if it's actually going to be fun.
No, it's an adventure game. It's not like a. It's like a first-person adventure game, essentially.
Well, actually, that makes me more interested.
So you're not like there's not combat per se. I'm sure you could kill things, but it's not gonna be like
guns. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be like you're not fighting is the goal. It's more like you figuring out puzzles and getting through this environment. Doom. It's not Doom. Yeah. So this game is console exclusive to Xbox Series X and PC. So not on PlayStation, not on Xbox One.
Okay.
It'll be coming to Game Pass.
All right.
So there's that.
Next.
The next game was Chorus, which I actually completely forgot about. I'm actually gonna have to pull up this YouTube trailer on my end.
Wait, what?
One sec. What is Chorus again? It was the spaceship game.
Oh, it looked interesting. I don't really know what to think about it other than that, though.
Yeah. So it's published by Deep Silver.
Dude, it really makes me think of shit. What was that one game?
It's like Star Wars Starhawk.
No. The what do you call it? The moment I say it, you're gonna be like, oh shit, yeah. It kind of makes you think of that. Shoot. it's like she goes into the building,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like changing shape and weird stuff is
Control.
happening. Control, yeah.
Uh, because it's so much ship. I get the control vibes because how much red, and because it's a female prototype. I can get that vibe because there's a lot of like sharp reds in those in the scenes. But then the combat is just her in a ship, and I'm like, so this game's gonna be like, here's the gameplay sections, here's the story sections.
Starfox. Starfox.
Yeah, it sort of reminded me of Starhawk gameplay
I
wise.
think gameplay is purely going to be in the ship,
Yeah,
or mostly in the ship, I would say.
yeah, I agree. Uh, no one really the genre listed on Reddit's question mark, so I guess it's a flying game, but we don't really know. There could be more to it. It comes in 2021. Uh, I don't care because it didn't show. It was one of those games where I'm like, okay, I need more, right? Because they just told me they made a space game, right? A piloting spaceship game with some sort of Sith Lord vibes to it. But besides that, don't. I didn't even remember this game existed until I just saw the list. So they clearly did a bad job, of showing off.
Well, I don't think the game was supposed to exist. Like you were supposed to know the game existed until they showed it, right?
Oh no, yeah, but I'm just saying I didn't think of the game again until like both of us were like, "What's that game?" See, like that means they did a bad job. Like at the end of the day,
I think we can be more. It'll be like okay,
Yeah, but still, it was like it was one of the many dominoes of this show where it could have been more. And then they showed Madden next. Madden's whatever, it's sports. Doesn't really support smart delivery after December 31st. It doesn't support smart delivery, so that's pretty funny from EA. I wonder what other EA sports games will do that. I assume all of them. So that was a boring trailer. So let's move on to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I'm very excited for this game. Very excited. It supports smart delivery. This game is on everything, by the way, so Xbox, PC, PlayStation. Have you played Vampire before? The first game.
I know of it.
I know of it as well. I've never played it. I wanted to, but I heard it is so hard to get to run on current PCs, and there's a lot of shit you got to do to get it to work. And I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for the second game. It looks sick. I love the idea of monsters that live in society, and they have to do their monster things and kill people at night, but it's a masquerade, right? So they have to keep their human faces on, and essentially, like, they gotta be in society, they gotta do their thing, but stealthily. But everyone and all the other monsters know who the other monsters are. So they all have this, like, essentially in the first game, it's similar. Everyone has an agreement. Hey, obviously we're gonna do our thing to survive, to eat people, but we got to be chill about it, and we can't expose ourselves, because if one person gets exposed, we're all screwed, and then it's all out war. So I think it's cool. And this game's gonna have a lot of dialogue options, from what I can tell, from the first game at least, and it's like the same people.
I only wish the trailer was a little bit better.
I agree.
Yeah. It was just kind of weird, especially with that dude at the beginning looked like Lex Luthor from Batman v Superman.
Yeah, I agree.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think the trailer was odd. The trailer.
I like the creepy smiling faces for people, but oh no, like the people he killed. But
yeah,
it was like, yeah.
It was an inside joke, apparently, the dancing.
Oh yeah, because they're dancing in the club. The dancing in that game is hilarious.
Well, not even necessarily that. It's a joke from the first game, apparently.
Isn't that? Are we thinking of was there a game before that?
Yeah, this is the second Vampire game.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I
agree. Yeah. I was about to say. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The dancing is a pretty big meme. But that was one of those games where I was like, okay, I'm glad I see it here, but I just wish this game was shown with a bunch of other games too, because I think that was one of the stronger games shown. Because there was gameplay in there. There's specks of gameplay, like actual gameplay in there.
Yeah, the game definitely needs like a little demo footage, kind of like how they did with Cyberpunk, where it's like, here's a level, or here's how we do this.
Yeah.
Oh look, I can grab this gun from this person's hand.
Yeah. I mean,
All that other.
I think if they just show dialogue options, they'll be good to go. Because that's what people
Mm,
want. Is honestly, people just love dialogue options. So
people like customizing their character
yeah, exactly.
and their genitals.
Like Cyberpunk, my favorite part of Cyberpunk. Oh
Mm.
man! All right, so Microsoft showed the next game was Call of the Sea. It is like a world puzzle survival game.
It looks super pretty. I love it.
The art style is pretty unique. It is also coming to Game Pass. Uh, we don't have a release date though on it. I think it looks interesting. I was all about it till I saw the merman underwater, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't Cthulhu, I guess." I thought it'd be more Cthulhu.
You don't like Cthulhu?
No, I thought it would be Cthulhu, but it's not. It's probably gonna
It
be
definitely is.
maybe.
How is it not? She's hearing whispers calling to her.
But
She's
it's
on
like
this weird island.
maybe it could be, it could not be. I don't know. When I saw the Seaman, I thought of the movie where the girl falls in love with the fish dude, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
you mean
hate.
the Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah, and I'm
movie?
like, I hate this already. So now I hate this game because I thought of that movie,
Oh,
and I hate that movie. It's
why do you hate good things?
that's my passion in life.
And then there's the
Yeah,
oh god,
the next game, because I don't want to talk about Call of Duty unless you have anything else to say on Call of Duty. The next game's The Ascent, right? I got debated by this game.
why?
I thought it was Cyberpunk for a hot second because I didn't pay attention.
Why would you?
Oh, I just saw.
Looks nothing like it.
Well, I thought it looked like bootleg Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, I thought it was like, wait, are they releasing like a small little Cyberpunk teaser thing that's out right now or something? Like, I thought it was like it played this little side story to get hype for Cyberpunk or something. I don't know. Sometimes things like that happen. But yeah, the game's called Descent. It looks like a Housemarque game if you're familiar with those games.
Oh, what?
Housemarque.
What is that?
Housemarque is a developer. They make twin stick shooters. So they made Dead Nation. They made
Oh, okay.
They made a bunch of like those PlayStation twin stick shooters.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
made
yeah,
those.
yeah. Okay.
It looked like those,
This
which
is
are
like
sick.
apparently this is gonna be like Diablo, like in terms of like how they're setting it up,
Yeah,
but also a twin stick shooter.
yeah. No, it looks sick. Honestly, I'm actually excited for this game.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
You really need to tone down the bloom though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like I get it, but at the same time it's like, please.
They're like, look at our graphics of all this bloom we can add to it now. It's like, why? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather have particle effects than bloom in a game like this. It was just.
There's that whole meme where it's like, how much bloom do you want? And they're just like, yes.
Yeah, yes, all of it. Oh man. Okay, so there's that, and then the Medium, which is a psychological horror game.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, with the composer from the Silent Hill games.
As soon as I heard that music, I was like, holy shit, this is Silent Hill.
So
The
this
instant I heard that, the drums, I was like, I knew it.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing going for this game in my opinion. Besides that, the game concept didn't. I was making the joke when I was watching. I was like, "Yo, is this Death Stranding 2? She loses the baby."
Dude, I thought this was gonna be. I thought this was gonna be like one of those things where they're like, "Oh, here's a CG trailer, and then now we'll show you a demo." I was like, "Yes, finally something to show," and then they didn't. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
They just showed in-game footage stuff, but that's it.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit disappointing. Because okay, so the studio made the Blair Witch game that came out last year.
Yeah, that wasn't that scary.
It wasn't. I played it. I thought it was funny. For the most part, this game is it's also coming to Game Pass, by the way, and it's also a console exclusive for the Series X.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Silent Hill thing is the only reason why people are gonna care about it with the music. But I feel like a game is obviously a lot more than just one aspect of it. And I mean, sure, the music's gonna be great, but like, let's hope everything else can be decent. Oh no,
Mm.
I'm just not excited. And then they did a deep dive with the game producer who totally looked like Ninja, so which was hilarious. So, all right, so you know what I love? Trash anime protagonist.
No.
I love Kirito from Sword Art. No, I'm kidding. I hate Kirito. I hate this shit. So,
I uh I'm pretty sure that game will be fun, but it just I don't know. It looks like another anime spectacle fighter kind of thing
dude,
that I'm not. If it's not platinum, I just don't know how to feel about it.
dude, this game looks like trash. Scarlet Nexus. Okay. Scarlet Nexus is a bad name, right? This is a bad name, straight up. Number two, the main character is Kirito, right? He is just Kirito from Sword Art. If you are familiar with Sword Art, you will know he is the biggest Mary Sue of anime. Honestly, he just wins because he wins, and he has no personality or anything. Uh, so I thought it was Code Vein 2 at first. Yeah, Kirito is psychokinesis, Matt. Yeah, exactly. Also, Abdul, did you hear? You saw this trailer. You heard that English voice acting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You I think you could do a better job with no
Yeah.
VA experience talking about this. Oh, Matt, you didn't hear the act, dude? Watch the trailer, dude. The dude's voice is the most like okay. We picked off this generic dude, English dude on the street, and he's just doing
I
the voice.
refuse.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Dude, it's so bad. Oh man, it's so for me personally, I was a little bit excited for this game when I saw the enemies. I was like, wait, is this Code Vein 2? I don't like Code Vein, but it's like that could be cool. I like the enemies at first, and then they show the main characters. Then I'm like, okay, I know the exact story. The main character is the strongest ever. He has psychokinesis, which he says in English, I have psychokinesis, which is it's the first thing said in the trailer. It's, yo, it's also made by the guy who made Tails. Yo, Abdul, this game is bait. Holy shit, dude.
Uh, yeah, I have no opinions. I'm just like, all right, it's probably just gonna be another game. Hopefully, it's like a surprise thing where everyone's like, "Holy shit, this game is amazing!" But probably not.
I think honestly, this is probably the worst game that was shown on this list. I'm not even gonna lie. It probably was the
um,
worst game because
uh,
I know the game. Okay, I'll give Bandai Namco one thing. They showed the gameplay. They showed a lot of gameplay.
you want to know what the game had the worst showing?
What?
Assassin's Creed.
I think, but Assassin's Creed will be a better game though.
It will. No, no, I'm not saying it's not going to be a better game. I'm just saying the word for worst showing, it was definitely Assassin's Creed because that was literally the one people like without Assassin's Creed, I don't think you would have had the same amount of viewers
No, you're right.
as
Sure.
as as there were for the stream.
Yeah. I mean, Assassin's Creed is definitely the most disappointing. Absolutely agree there.
Like 100%.
Yeah, it's probably not the worst showing maybe for Scarlet Nexus because I'm enjoying the laughter I got from this game. I'll say that. It looks like a terrible game. Oh, everyone's upset, Matt. Everyone's upset about Assassin's Creed. They promised gameplay and then they just showed close-up shots of environments and then the main character.
And then the character running.
Yeah, but no actual.
We don't know where
combat.
he's running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was just like it's an engine and that's what you can see if you play, but you can't tell because it doesn't look like someone is actually using a controller to show you what the game is. It's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Matt, they completely just owned everyone with that just showing. It was, oh my, and I'll get to the in-depth interview soon, but it was awful too. All right, let's move. We're almost towards the end of this list. We have 3 more games to talk about. Second Extinction, which is
Left 4 Dead dinosaurs.
Well, 3 people, not 4. So it's a little bit worse, which is a weird
Left
design
3
choice.
Dead dinosaurs.
Yeah. I was like, wait, is this Dino Crisis? And then it wasn't. I was upset. I want
No,
Dino
we're gonna
Crisis to
get
come
that
back.
from. We're gonna
Capcom.
get that from Capcom. Yeah.
Yeah. I would hope one day we'd get Dino Crisis. Because Dino Crisis is just Resident Evil with dinosaurs. And worse, but it could be good. Because Capcom decided to, they figure out how to make good games again. So, we're back in. So let's bring on the dinosaurs. I was hyped for the second Extinction game when I saw it until I kept on watching the trailer. My hype went from pretty medium to like depths. Because I kept on seeing the same raptors the entire time. And I'm like, that's bad. If I'm killing dinosaurs... So here's my thing. I love dinosaurs in video games. There's not enough dinosaurs in video games, right? Me shooting dinosaurs is something I can never do in real life, but it's very cool if I could do in real life. So I would totally do that. So this is like, okay, power fantasy already. Killing dinosaurs, that's sick. But it's the same dinosaur. I'm bored. I'm bored as shit already. And they sort of look dumb. And then they showed a T-Rex for 2 seconds. And I'm like, is this it? Is this the game? But yeah, it's apparently like a 3-person co-op shooter. And I'm like, what's the point of the game? Besides shooting dinosaurs. Like, they needed more, How do you feel about Second Extinction Duel?
I have no opinion until I see actual you know, gameplay footage in the sense of nothing like it, because it was cut constantly. It's like aim at the dinosaur, cut into another shot of like them blasting into a dinosaur, cut to, and I think it was all the same dinosaur too.
Yeah, it was all the same dinosaur.
I think it'll be cool, but again, yeah.
I was like, this game was not ready to be shown off. If they're gonna have just one dinosaur, they can confidently show, in one environment. Like, it wasn't. It felt like they took a demo and they spliced the same demo, but it was all in the same arena. Oh man, yeah, we talked about Scorn. I'll give you the Scorn recap. Scorn, it's a disgusting game. Made it's in the art style of the dude who made Aliens. If you want to look up H.J. Gregor's stuff, or whatever his name is,
This is dope. I love it.
It's all his stuff is penis stuff. It's all sexual penis stuff, because the alien is very phallic in general. So yeah.
Completely off topic. Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 6, of course, right?
Yeah, I love 6.
All right, I just sent you a DM for a painting.
Oh, okay.
You can link it in the chat. It's amazing.
They sent it to me on Discord?
In Discord, yeah.
Alright. I'll have to do it on my phone because I can't touch Discord while I have the thing going.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. It's a whole fuck this. Oh, this is sick. I can copy this on phone. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, but Scorn is disgusting. It's gonna be an adventure game. So, if that's what you care about, then there you go. It's gonna be like an adventure game. It was a Kickstarter game too. It'll be on Game Pass. If you ever want to play it for free, get Game Pass for like $1 or some shit. Then you can play it. But yeah, I'm not excited for Scorn. Now that I know that's not like a combat game or anything, because I thought Prometheus when I saw this, so I definitely got it. So, all right, let's like wrap up this part and then we'll answer Matt's question about the same of the favorite games. So it's a fucking Second Extinction. That game sucks in my opinion. Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. What's next?
Second Extinction could be sick if they actually put the monsters in.
Yeah, they need right now. I'm very not optimistic, but it could be sick. This is my final ruling. So Yakuza. Yakuza's gonna be short. Yakuza's godlike. Everyone should play Yakuza. This is already out in Japan, not on PlayStation. So this is more like showing it. It was gonna be on Xbox and PC, which is good. I mean, more people playing the game is good. It's gonna have smart delivery, which is cool. I like how the genre this guy listed as Yakuza, which is hilarious to me. So, but yeah, this is probably the best game they showed. Because it's already a game that's out. And it had the most gameplay. Because it's also a game that's already out. So it's not like they have anything to hide, Like, it's already done. They just got to translate it. So, and actually don't even translate these games. It's always in Japanese. The game's done. Why isn't it out here yet? I'm mad. Where's Yakuza 7? But I need to beat 5-6 still, so. How do you feel? Would you play Yakuza 7? Even without playing the other games? You don't need to, by the way. Because Kiryu's not the main character. And it's a Dragon Quest style RPG.
Well, that's the thing. I was actually kind of hoping they would still have the same gameplay. Even though I probably would play it, actually, with the RPG.
Yeah.
But yeah. They, I don't know, honestly. I'll wait for reviews.
Well,
but there's a chance I might not be interested.
Luckily, you can read the reviews right now in Japan. I'm sure there's some Famitsu reviews out there, and because the game's out, it's like it's already a guaranteed game. I'm gonna love it, so it's good. But obviously, it's on everything. But yeah, it's definitely a game to look out for. And then lastly, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which we already talked about a lot of the stuff. It was disappointing. This was the most disappointing game they showed because it was the most hyped and didn't show gameplay. So, yeah, I mean, I think Valhalla could be a good game. And they did say that they are going to have less content in this game versus Odyssey. So they're going for more of a quality over quantity approach. So I have more hope in that game. But right now, I don't have hope in general. And Joe says they should have made it a Strand type game. Every game should be a Strand. Every game technically is a Strand type game. Technically. Abdul, any final words on Assassin's Creed before we get to Matt's question?
I thought we already, since we already talked about it, you already... Sorry, brain.
No, it's all good.
I'm excited for it because I think I will enjoy it, but I'm not excited in the sense of I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm just when I see gameplay, I'll have a much better opinion.
True. I'm the same way. I need to see gameplay, but right now I'm not excited because there's no gameplay. Right now it's just vanilla. I'm gonna call this Assassin's Creed Vanilla or Assassin's Creed 14. I don't know which one's funnier. I think Assassin's Creed 14 is the funnier meme. Assassin's Creed should adopt the number taking like Final Fantasy did and be proud of how big their numbers are. They are afraid of their number size. Be proud of it. It shows that people are willing to buy your same game every year. The people really love that shit. Anyways, alright, Abdul. Matt has a question for you. Well, Matt is H Gunslinger X. Abdul, what are some of your favorite video games? Very, very easy question for you.
Oh god, alright. Because I have a lot, but I guess if I can go down a quick list, right? Shadow of the Colossus, Kingdom Hearts 1, Final Fantasy 8, because that was my first Final Fantasy, so it'll always be my favorite. Shit, what else is there? There's a lot of stuff, but I just I need to remember. Oh, Resident Evil 4? Yeah. God, what am I thinking of? My brain is just blanking. It's like name your favorite cereal and you're in the cereal aisle. Yeah, you can't do it. It's I'll definitely go with those for now, for sure.
Did you say Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, you said Kingdom Hearts 1 over 2, right? Yeah.
Overall, I just looking at it purely from what I experienced, I absolutely love Kingdom Hearts 1. I think because the story is just significantly better. Because 2 is when it starts getting a little.
You said Kingdom Hearts 1 over 2, right?
It starts getting a little insane. Too insane.
I mean, I completely agree with that sentiment, but I prefer Kingdom Hearts 2 because the gameplay is better.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 2 gameplay is significantly better. But
yeah,
there's just something about 1 that's always that feels special.
Sure. I mean, it's your first time in Kingdom Hearts was magical until it became the worst.
And then there's something else that I'm trying. Oh, Ninja Gaiden. Holy shit! I can't believe I forgot about Ninja Gaiden.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you liked Ninja Gaiden.
Bro, I played it fucking 3 times. Oh, and of course, one of my all-time favorite games, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
A good choice. Good choice. I still can't pick a favorite Metal Gear game.
It has to be 3. There's no other one.
Oh, dude, that's such a debate with me.
It's not a debate. It's a matter of fact.
3
okay,
is
come
not.
on, like,
I mean,
what?
it's hard to fight you on it. It's hard to fight you, but it's hard to fight other ones too, in my opinion.
How? Like, okay, not like I'm not trying to be like the, um, I'm not trying to be like you can't like any other Metal Gear Solid, but I feel like as a game, in comparison to all the other Metal Gears, 3 just like hit every note.
I mean, 3 did.
It was in my opinion, it was the best on stealth. It was the best in story. It was the best in character.
I mean, these are all things that I feel like you could say about pretty much most of the Metal Gear games.
Yeah, but like, okay, I was gonna turn into a Metal Gear conversation. That's for next time.
That's for next time. Here's my Metal Gear. I don't have a ranking. I'm gonna say they're all amazing. All the real ones are amazing. 4 is technically the best game. Technically is the best if story is the most important thing to you, because 4's story is just fucking. Because since 4 is the end of the story, I feel like you can say it's the best one, because it ends this amazing story that the other games have, and it ends it in a great way, honestly. But MGS1 to me is the best PS1 game ever. MGS3 may be the best PS2 game ever. I don't think MGS4 is the best PS3 game, but I think it's the best story of the Metal Gear franchise. Shout outs to MGS2, because MGS2 is fantastic as well. Just not as good as 3, but 2's story is actually insane.
I just feel like it's like, as an overall package, for me it was the weakest, but it's not a bad game in that sense.
Yeah, I don't think any of the games are bad. Even
actually,
5.
no. 5 is the weakest. Yeah,
5 is the weakest. I don't think 5's a bad game, though. I think 5's still a 9 out of 10.
I mean, all the Metal Gear Solid games are not bad. It's just that in comparison, it's like
exactly.
But they really do start to like kind of outclass each other as you go up the list, because like they're
exactly.
Oh, a funny thing about Final Fantasy VIII.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my first Final Fantasy game. It was kind of like just like in direct to what Matt, right?
Yeah.
Saying. So I had the disc, pushed it in, and at the time I didn't have memory cards because my dad didn't think it was important to have memory cards and didn't want to spend the extra money at the time. So I was literally playing an RPG without a memory card.
Dude, and that's impossible. You just never turn it off.
That's what I did. So I played FF8, and then I got through disc 1, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden it's like insert disc 2, and I'm like, excuse me, what is a disc 2? At this point in my life, I never knew that there were games that had multiple discs. So I call my cousin, and then because I knew he had the game, and I was like, hey, what's going on? Why is there another disc? And he was like, wait, what do you mean? You're asking like why there's another disc? I was like, I only have one. He's like, how the hell do you have one? I borrowed it from a friend of mine.
Holy shit.
And he didn't, and like he apparently like he just lost the other discs and just forgot to mention that, because he just gave me like the box, and I was like, oh, there's all these other slots. What the fuck is that for? I don't know.
Holy shit, dude! Your life is ruined.
Yeah. So I beat disc 1. My cousin then informs me of the news that I need multiple discs, and then I then had to convince my dad that I absolutely needed a memory card. And then got what do you call it? Got my cousin's copies, and then started playing. I was super young. I don't even like remember. Like, I think it was when I was. When did the game come out? Let me see.
Did it come out in 99 or 98?
1990. Yeah, I was born in 92. I moved to the U.S. when I was 7 years old. I think I was like 10. No, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 99, I think.
Yeah. I was around that age, and yeah, I just didn't. Yeah, but by the time I was playing like a shit ton of like Nintendo 64,
mm-hmm.
and afterwards, but I always had my PlayStation 1, and I was like, oh, I want to play like my old games, and then yeah, uh, that was a. But then he finally gave me all the copies, and I actually played it, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Wow.
And then I played all the other. I started playing all the other Final Fantasies like
Mm-hmm.
7. Never got to play 9, which I do plan on playing. It's apparently on Game Pass now, so I don't even need to worry about getting a Switch. But I might still do that. Yeah. But yeah, Final Fantasy 9 and that, which I want to play soon. I played the shit out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't play 11. Played 12.
Yep.
13 I hated, but I played it.
Everyone hates 13. No one likes 13, except for the lightning fuckers. That's it. Only lightning.
Lightning simps.
Only the lightning simps like 13. That's it. You know what's sad?
I was like, oh, go ahead.
You know what's sad? The quality of the series after Final Fantasy 12. The quality is just so. God, 12 to 13 is so sad, dude.
Can't say that 14 is amazing now.
I don't count 14.
What? Okay, 7 remake. Technically, that came out after.
Oh yeah, you know 7 remake counts. 7 remake has saved Final Fantasy in my eyes.
15 is something that existed, and I hope we don't get a repeat.
15 is the most okay game ever. I had a great time playing it, but it's super okay.
I hate how okay it is. Yeah, that's so true. Like Final Fantasy for me, I always have like a high expectation of now. Like I always have like it's like the Star Child, right?
Yeah.
It's like I expected better from you.
Oh yeah. 15 should have been a renaissance.
Yeah, 15 definitely should. 15 should have felt like how I felt playing Remake.
Just don't make it back. Dude, Square Enix, well, honestly, they definitely had a brain drain over there. Like, a lot of people who made the Final Fantasy games you love, most of them aren't there anymore.
Dude,
so.
Well, actually, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, Nojima is still there.
Nomura.
Nomura is there. I mean, Nomura has done some good stuff.
He's also done some bad stuff.
Yeah, he's also done some bad stuff. But yeah, like, I don't completely blame him for every bad thing. But I
mean, you can blame him for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all him.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Like Kingdom Hearts 3.
Still fun as shit to play though. Still fun as shit to play. But not something I would play again.
I'd rather play 15 than Kingdom Hearts.
No, you are so wrong.
I'd rather play 15.
I cannot. No. Trust me. You say that, but the moment you boot up 15 again and you realize how, like, that game is paced and the way it's like just how slow everything is and like what you have to do, I can guarantee you will rather play 3.
Here's my issue with Kingdom Hearts 3. One, okay, both these games are piss easy and don't require your brain. You can mash both these games out, right?
That's a given. Except what you haven't played the hard mode. You haven't played what is it called? Critical.
Okay, but 3. I shouldn't have to play Critical to get a normal experience. I beat the game on Proud mode, right?
I'm just gonna tell you, Critical really changes some things up, and it's pretty dope.
But I shouldn't have to play the game on the hardest mode just to get a normal experience. I play games on normal.
I don't disagree.
You know, but I could only imagine how easy normal was when Proud was stupid easy. Here's my thing. 15 looks sick. The character design is sick in 15.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I have to disagree there.
I think Noxus is cool. I think the characters could be better. I like how they look, though.
I think the only two people who I think were fine design-wise was Prompto and Gladius. Not Gladius. What was the other one? Ignis.
I like Ignis, except when he goes blind for no reason, and they tell you a chapter later, because that game's incomplete.
Even though it should have been annoying, I just found it hilarious whenever he was like, "That's it, I found a new recipe."
Sure. I mean, I like the idea of you're going around with the boys, hanging out with the boys, driving around, camping out. That's a cool thing, right? The gameplay should have been better. but
Wait,
there
wait.
are cool enemies to fight.
I can easily do this. All right. You know, like that whole Chad and Virgin meme.
Yeah,
All right. Noctis is the Virgin.
he is a virgin. He does not get laid.
Noctis is the Virgin. 100%.
100%, he is a virgin.
He's moody. He's uninteresting. He's not likable.
I think he's likable by the end.
How is he likable?
I think by the end, I think the end of the game is cool. But it's sort of the issue is the story sucks. But the end is cool. But the story could have been good. Right?
Imagine that ending if the story was good.
It would have been sick.
I would have actually teared up if I cared about the character.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
The only thing that upset me was the implication that Prompto and the rest of them, like Gladius, Gladiolus? Was it Gladius or Gladiolus?
Gladiolus.
Gladiola.
I think.
The only thing that upset me was the implication that Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompto also died.
Yes and no. I mean, okay, there is another ending because you have to. He's the issue with Final Fantasy 15. It's like a Lego set, and you need to buy the DLC.
Yeah, Luna was lame.
Luna Frey dies off screen and wasn't a character. Well, she dies on screen, but she wasn't a character. Like she literally, like the first time you really see her in person, she just dies.
Oh no! And then when Noctis goes all depressed over her, and I'm just like, dude, I don't feel anything.
There's literally no reason for that. Oh man, yeah, 15 could have been way better. But here's my issue, right? I enjoyed 15 more than Kingdom Hearts 3's first 20 hours. Because I hate the Disney product Kingdom Hearts 3. It is the most disrespectful part of Kingdom Hearts, which is all Disney, no Final Fantasy. The last 5 hours of Kingdom Hearts 3 is sick, but it's all bullshit. It's sick bullshit. It's like if I am watching an anime with sick animation and cool, crazy things happening, but the story literally was thrown out the window. But I won't think about the story until once I beat the game and realize it was actually a bad game. So, but yeah, you can beat 15 with the last DLC, the Ignis DLC. Then Ignis dies and saves the world. So, which is an ending. We don't know what the canon ending technically is.
I don't care. I just do not care. That game is thankfully not, hopefully won't exist anymore. Like in the sense of like we won't get like, 15-2 or like.
Oh, we won't. We definitely
or random ass cameo from them in anything.
Well,
I'm gonna play.
Noxus is in Tekken, so.
I don't care. But, like his moveset would be fun as shit because I like his moveset.
Oh yeah.
But again, like it's just nope, not interested.
Yeah.
I'm out. 16 hopefully is true that the rumors with Yoshi P helming the series, because he did the whole thing with 14, which saved Square Enix.
Yep.
And then hopefully we get that same writer who was working on 14 that got the standing ovation to do 16. So,
I hope so.
Dude, you want to know, like, not to like extend this any longer than it should, the convo, but I always had this idea for like a Final Fantasy game that was focused on Chocobo Knights.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Like imagine you took the whole idea of like the thing where it's like Noctis and the boys, right?
Yeah.
But you're literally a squadron of Chocobo Knights, and the actual fights constantly are taking place like with you running alongside the enemy because it's like always high speed.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Dude, that'd be sick. I want more good Final Fantasy games and ideas out there.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it would add to the whole exploration thing. You're a Chocobo Knight. You're just running around everywhere with your Chocobo.
Yeah.
And you get to customize your Chocobo. And I want to just do everything with the Chocobo. I love Chocobos.
Hey man, that's better than Final Fantasy 15 and 13 right there. That idea is already better. So there you go. But I think from Square Enix, we're just gonna see. I think we'll see Final Fantasy 16. And
do you think they're gonna go back to high fantasy?
I think they will.
I hope so. I'd love to see that again,
I think
honestly.
they will because they have remake, right? Which is technically like a sort of a sci-fi thing.
It's kind of like it's very cyberpunkish,
Is that
kind of
sort of like cyberpunk in a way?
steampunk,
So
like weird. Yeah, it's sci-fi. It's sci-fi.
yeah, it was definitely sci-fi. So yeah, I think they wouldn't want to do two games that are the same theme, right? Like the same
Hmm.
atmosphere to it. Yeah, it is a combo for sure, but I don't want to do
Man,
a full like I don't want to drive another car like in 15. Like I would like to, maybe just make it all magic.
go
Make it
back to six. Go back to six.
dude, go back to
You had a nice mix of like futuristic things, but using the it was all based on like the magic side of things, not so much
yeah.
technology per se.
Yeah, too much technology apparently.
Say what again?
I said too much technology, but I think there is.
Too much technology. No, there's still a shit ton of technology in space because like there's those mechs, right?
Yeah, there's the mechs, the
And like
Magitech armor.
the Magitech, yeah. But that's Magitech. It's very different than what you see in Seven.
Yeah, because Magitech is literally god magic on metal that makes metal come to life essentially. It's weird. It's only in 6 and 14, so.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. To wrap up this conversation and podcast, okay. Future streaming schedule here. I'll be changing up the times for next week, so I'll go over this soon. You'll see an announcement from me. Just because I got to do that, and I will be streaming. I'll be starting Final Fantasy IX next week on stream. I'm not sure which day, but it's gonna happen. Uh, we'll probably try to do 2 to 3 hour long sessions, so it may take me a while to get through that game, but I'm gonna do it blind. So I'm not gonna look up a guide to figure out the side stuff. I'm just gonna play the game. So we'll do that. And I'll probably do I may do a Fury stream, just one of those, just so I can beat the game. If I don't play it, I'll probably never play the game again. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's about it from me. So definitely check out Abdul here on his Twitter at Fawaz. He's an animator breaking into the game industry. So he makes some good tweets. So definitely check him out.
I'm gonna make the next Final Fantasy.
No, exactly. Check out the Discord if you're interested in that, which has been showing up in the chat whenever. Is also underneath the stream. And leave a follow on the channel if you enjoy the content, and follow me on my Twitter as well, Panther_games on the screen right there. So I hope everyone has a great night, and I'll be streaming again on definitely Monday, maybe surprise stream this weekend. We shall see, but no promises. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day and keep on gaming.
Good night.